So today, who is my guest? He's a global award-winning colorist and stylist. What I like about this artist is he really does it all. In the beauty industry, you all know his name, but I like to save that to the end. Except for the name of his own company, it's the Christopher Benson Collective, which you can source at haircbc.com. He's also the Senior Vice President Global Creative Direction for Clicks. We're going to be talking about them a little bit as well. They are a digital hair color studio for professionals, so if you have not checked them out, make sure you do. He's an avid competitor, and when I mean avid, this guy is everywhere globally. He has 25 international titles in color, cutting, and styling. Like I said, he does it all. 6 North American Hairstyling Award wins. This man has 6 NAHAs in his possession. Kind of jealous. And 31 nominations over 10 categories over the years at his ripe age of, what is he, 25, 30, maybe a wee bit older. Please, folks, need I say any more about this incredible guest? I am going to look and see where he is. Drum roll, please. Welcome to the show, Christopher Benson. Come on in.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
sir.
How are you?
It takes a while to get through your bio. Yeah, I'm good.
You can make it short and sweet. You can just introduce me. We'll have a chat. I'm sure they'll figure it out. How's
Winner,
things?
winner, chicken dinner. Things are good for me, definitely.
Good.
I saw you at NAHA. I saw you on the red carpet. Did you enjoy the show this year?
I thought it was great. It was great to be back in person. I thought it was great to see everyone. And
Yeah.
no, I thought they did a great job with the show. It was great to see Lauren and Roderick hosting. So all in
Yeah.
all, I thought everything was great.
And if you guys didn't get a chance to check it out, get a ticket. Make sure when we're saying tickets available, make sure you get them before they run out. So I'm going to dig right in. We have so much to cover, and the theme of the day is mentorship, but we'll get into that more. I like to start
Sure.
all my interviews with, how did Christopher Benson get started in the beauty industry? I see you as kind of, you were probably a tough kid somehow. How did that parlay into beauty?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I'm a big teddy bear, honestly. I might have more bark than bite. Um, Others might tell you different, but that's how I
Okay.
feel. No, I'm a third generation hairdresser, but I
Ah,
grew up in the industry. Never really in my life thought I would do hair, and my dear grandfather, God rest his soul, suggested that I go to hair school. And more how he
wow.
talked to me about it was he sold me on a trade. And so he grew up in the Depression era, and he was very much about, if you're not going to go to college right now, then I think you should get a trade. And so I got a trade and never looked back. So it turned out to
Wow.
be a pretty good thing.
And I love that. This happens a lot. A lot of like great hairdressers, there's this generational thing. And what I love hearing about that is there's pride in your family, right? There was no, well, if you don't go, you're not good enough for college. It was like, you should do this, which I think
Yeah,
is like, it's just so cool. So we're gonna jump ahead. I mean, I was trying to see when you first entered NAHA. Am I mistaken? Was it 12? No, it was way before 2012. It was
2008, I think is
8.
about, yeah.
Okay.
I think 2006, 2008. I mean, come on, it's we're losing time in COVID, so I lose a couple years. But no, I went and saw Nicholas French, who's a dear mentor and friend, go and I actually went to the photo shoot that he was doing, and he invited me to come to see the actual know how it works. And he went, he ended up winning. It was with his beautiful all white that he had done, and he just knew at that moment. He just looked at me and he's like, "You'll be back for one of these," and I was like,
He's like,
"I think
you're
so.
doing this.
I think so." So, yeah.
So you knew then, did you just like dig right in and start doing shoots or
I mean, I was always doing shoots because I worked on different brands, so that was something that I loved to do. I competed as a young guy in school. That was more like live competitions, though, so a little bit
right?
different, but still, I think perfecting your craft is what it's always about. And
Yeah.
then down, and my first big one was actually at ICE when we were
Ah,
competing down there. So, which is strange, clear back when it was the Long Beach Air Guild. So it's been a.
oh,
It's. I'm not dating myself by any means, Michael, but that kind of gives you perspective on how long it's been. So,
uh,
and then and then honestly, competition was great, but I walked in and saw what was going on the stages and thought, I've been doing this same hairstyle over and over and over, which was great for the discipline.
yeah.
When I saw the stages and how much was going on in the collections, the teams, that was what was, I think, the most triggering and attractive thing. And then obviously later getting back into competition work.
Yeah, okay. I love that. And if we had more time, I would go into. I remember my very first haircutting competition in Long Beach. I have this model. She's a professional model. It's the 80s, right? And people were known for this party culture in the 80s. Let's just say I never got her out of the bathroom. So I was disqualified. I mean, I was like, girl, what happened?
Time's
Never came out
coming.
of the bathroom. Yeah.
Competition's over.
She missed it. So how has so we talked about competition, we talked about platform work, but how has, starting to win these NAHAs, how has that helped your journey to, to create your academies and your courses and your representation of brands and so forth?
I mean, I think it's great that now has created the platform it has because it gives us a lot of opportunity to share our work. I think it's at the pinnacle of what we have in North America. I think there's a lot of great competitions out there, especially globally. But I think NAHA is definitely, our Oscars of what happens for the hair industry. I'm obviously a huge advocate of it. I've just got home from it. Unpack to repack to go to ABS. So it's pretty much what my life looked like tonight. And then catch you. See how much I
Yeah.
like you.
See,
No,
we're
but I
not
think
letting go of you.
it is. No, but I think it's honestly, I think people look at it as a win or lose. I personally, of course you enter to win, but I think you learn so much in the process. And I want people to hear this. You learn so much in the process. You learn so much with the team that you work with, the growth that you have, and what that goes back to the salon. Because for me, what it did is it taught me how to perfect my hair better. It taught me how to work better. It taught me how to work more efficiently. When you're on set, you work quick. So it taught me how to do things faster, but without negating quality. I
Yeah.
think NAHA is at the pinnacle, so that would mean the highest quality. So if you're translating that back to the salon, I think that it's something that you can really resonate with what you do. Do I think that every person needs to go out picture perfect? No, but I think it's how do you relate those things that you learn along the way to best add value to what you do and what your guests have coming in for them.
Yeah. And I mean, there aren't many artists you can say this about. The second I see your work, I know it's you, right? That's,
I better change it up. Yeah,
no, no, no.
I
I mean,
appreciate that. I
Armani,
appreciate
Tom
that.
Ford. No, you do change it up, different colors, different shapes
Yeah.
entirely. But you just know it's a Christopher Benson, and that's what leads to
That means a lot
success.
to me, honestly. That really does. It really does. That's taken a
Because these things are
long
all
time.
blind, but it's like that's a Christopher Benson. I bet you that's a Christopher Benson. I judge. I don't know, right?
It's
But
so funny you
some
say that.
things
I
you just
literally had
know.
one of my dear friends that I haven't talked to in about 5 years reach out to me, and he goes, "Dude, I was flipping through something, and he's like, I knew it as soon as I saw it, and he's like, I just had
Yeah,
to reach out and say, hey, and so I'm flattered by it.
yeah,
Honestly, when I look at the pictures, yeah, I remember doing all of it, but at the same time, I
yeah,
still look at it and go, wow, that's from these hands. It's still
yeah.
pretty crazy cool.
It's so cool. And Hannah jumped in and she said it's called that Benson signature. She calls it, and I would
There's
agree with
probably a
you,
little truth to
Hannah.
that.
And folks, I am the one firing out the questions today, but I know you're fans of Christopher's, so hey Jay Ladner, my red carpet producer, how are you, my dear? Um, if you have questions, folks, get those in, put them in the question box because I'm old and I don't see them go by. It's a lot easier for me.
You are so
Um,
funny.
Here's the thing, Christopher, this is going to be hard, and I already heard Nicholas, but who's your biggest mentor? Is it Mr. French, or are there others?
I think it's different ones. I think it's different ones for different reasons. Nicholas for me was a huge, inspiration to me from an avant-garde perspective. Damien Carney's a huge, you know, mentor for me in cutting and the way he lives his life as well. Nicholas, the same thing. Stu Pemberton was a huge advocate and, huge mentor for me for what I did color. And so, Sam B is a huge influence to me now and just who he is as a person and the way he approaches the industry professionally. So for me, I think it's different ones at different times. I have young ones that I watch that I think are super exciting. And while they think that we're inspiring them, they inspire us. So that's why I love working with the youth, because you can learn a lot. They don't have the boundaries, right? They haven't discovered what the boundaries are yet. So they're willing to go for it. And I'm like, man, I remember those days. So sometimes you got to get that reflected back to you, the young ones, and that's why I like working with them. So I think that there's a lot to that as well.
Yeah, I mean, we got to throw a shout out. Everybody's talking about Ulta, and that Nick Stenson said, I hope the other team wins, right? I'm rooting for him just as much as this team. So I think that's an example of when the work is just so good.
Yep.
Right. There's enough love to go around for everybody. Thank you for bringing that up. I have a question here. What are the this is from Beauty Bar Mad Styles. Hello, my dear. What is your best tip for letting go of control in the salon in order to learn from more experienced stylists and mentors? I don't know if Christopher ever lets go, but I'll let you answer that question.
Wow. Letting go of control in the salon so you can learn more from other stylists. I guess really the only time that's going to happen is sit back and watch and get involved. Some of my greatest things have been stopping, sitting, watching. I think sometimes when we're so inundated with what's going on all the time, very little is taken. So even in the role I'm in now, when I go out and watch the education team, a lot of people expect me to get up, do the bit, and I'll open it. But what I want to do is sit back, watch, observe things, see how things are taken, see what things work, see what things don't. So I think observation is a very key thing.
Yeah, I agree, and hopefully that answers your question, my dear. Stephanie asked a question. She's brand new to NAHA. She asked if we're a show, if we're an event, what are we? The answer is yes. And Stephanie, I would say keep watching. We've got a lot of information about how you could be mentored by greats like maybe Christopher Benson. And just keep watching today. And then please go to probeauty.org/NAHA and see what NAHA is. It's literally the Oscars of hair. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
And that means we've got Meryl Streep, Dustin Hoffman, and Daniel Day-Lewis here with us today, all in one man. With us because I think all those people together have 6
you are the best.
Okay, speaking of mentors, you are our first featured artist for the NAHA Mentorship program. So before I get into that program, I'm going to give all the details. You're also a partner with Clicks. Tell us about your role at Clicks, because I know you have Christopher Benson Collective. You still do that, but tell us about your role at Clicks.
Yeah, so I was it was just time to look for where you can impact, right? So I think COVID put me in a position to really sit back, observe, think, and you have so much energy where you want to put things. And I had an incredible offer after moving on from where I was, and very grateful about the time that I spent there. And you always hope you leave it better than the way you found it, and hopefully they're taking it and running with it, which is what we always want. But I got an offer to be their Senior Vice President of Global Creative Direction, and it's quite an honor because I'm building a team that is small but mighty, and ones that we want to really impact the industry, obviously in the most professional way, but we definitely want to disrupt what's going on, and I think we have the tools to do it. So I would say keep eyes wide open, because the show season's about to start, my friends, and we are about to come.
You're getting love from Clicks. You're getting love from Salon. You're getting love from Beauty Bar. We answered Stephanie's question. She's excited. She actually got licensed in the midst of a pandemic. Oh, girl, all the things
Amazing.
you're about to see when you're full back into a salon. So I like that
Yeah.
you can come to that with a new mind. A lot of people are saying mentorship, mentorship. What the heck is that? I'm going to have Christopher talk about his role as the very first creative involved with this, and who else is going to be involved, one of his heroes.
Totally.
So let me just tell you, for those of you who keep asking me, because that is the number one question, how can I qualify? So first and foremost, you can't be Christopher Benson. You can't have won any awards, and you can't have been nominated for any North American hairstyling awards. So sorry, Christopher, you're out. Similar to our Beacon program, we want you to just show us that you're passionate about the industry. You could be 5 minutes, 5 years, 50 years in the industry. As long as you have passion, we're interested in hearing from you. You're simply going to fill out an application. In that application, in the video, don't be boring. Show us your passion. Show us why
Yeah.
you want this. It's a big, big prize. We're going to need to see some photos, right? We're going to need to see photos of your work, but we understand you're not going to have the $35,000 team around you. So we understand we're able to see through that and to see the potential in your work. So make sure you send us some photos of your work. And then the NAHA committee, headed by myself, Christopher, the Clicks team, we're all going to get together and we're going to choose 5 finalists. All right. We'll let people know who those 5 finalists are, but there's one lucky winner. And Chris, it's sort of insane what they get. They're going to get, I heard, up to 3 phone calls with you as they develop.
I don't know who told you that, but no,
Okay.
I literally have a list, and when I went back and looked at the list, I was like, did I commit to all this? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
very
they said
excited
2.
because this is something that Sherry had approached us about doing, and it kind of just escalated because, we care so much about what's happening in the industry. But the biggest thing is we're going to do some coaching. Obviously, once the person's picked, we're going to do some coaching with them. And then the idea is that after the day ends at ICE, we will be ready to go prep, shoot the collection. I believe it is on the June 27th, if I'm speaking correctly, which I think I am.
That's correct.
The photographer is going to be Damian Carney. We will have our visual art director, who, if you've ever seen any show or you've ever seen any Click show, she is the woman behind the mastermind of putting my crazy ideas together and making them look good. So she's going to be videoing it as well. And then we'll have some of our team there that's going to be really wrapping around. The whole idea here is that, we want them to have a great, exciting end result. Do we want them to win? Of course we want them to win, but we want them to have an amazing experience. So hopefully the end result is that they ignite a fire that they can't stop burning. And so for us, that's why we want to be the first to do this. And we're very, very excited about it.
The confident colorist. Maybe you didn't hear me earlier, but yes, old people are welcome, present company included. All ages, folks. You do have to be a licensed hairdresser, but we do encourage all ages. Can I just slow down there a little bit? You're a photographer and an award winner. Damian Carney's a photographer and an award winner. You're both hairdressers. You both do everything. Are you kidding me? So they get both of you.
They do get both of us. And listen, we're ready to lend a hand, and we're ready to lend this up. And we've done this for a few people. We've had some great success with some people. My motto is let's create some winners. So that's how I work with my team. And I think with Damian on board and the team that's on board, they're very excited to be involved in this. So I think that, this isn't about having to do a professional shoot to send us in. I think this is about sending work that, you feel is great at what you do. And I would encourage you to enter. I would encourage you to put together something that is of your personality, because personality to me and vibe and you know, how bad somebody wants it is so much easier to jump behind fuel, right? To fuel in the short amount of time we get with them, that I think that that would be just as much as importance for me when we go looking for these
Yeah.
people as how much you know, photo work you've done. So of course you want
Yeah.
people that have, this isn't their first time doing it, but I'm not saying that
Yeah.
we wouldn't take them. And if this is their first time, you're about to go on a crazy trip for your first trip, for
Yeah.
your first photo shoot.
Right.
So that could be very exciting as well. But
Buckle up.
regardless, I think it's about the process and giving them lots of things that give them a good way, a good path consistently after this, that they could go and do this again.
That's amazing. And I have to, someone was asking, is it brand specific? As a matter of fact, nothing NAHA is brand specific.
Nope.
We have our incredible, generous sponsors throughout, but this is a blind judging. Nothing is manufacturer tied. This is all individuals and teams and salons doing the work for NAHA. So not brand specific at all. So all are welcome. So many people are excited about this. Don't worry, I will be posting this if you missed any of the lives. If my team from the Professional Beauty Association could go in here and plug in there, probeauty.org/NAHA Mentor, probeauty.org/NAHA Mentor. We'll just click on that and that will take you, after the show, of course, that will take you to how you enter. Real simple. So we'll post all that there. Just to remind, you get this guy and you get Damian Carney. Couple housekeeping things. If you do want to enter, we're going to ask that you don't share your photos, right? So these, we don't want them going anywhere else. We want them to be a big reveal when we have our awards next year. So make sure you're not turning that into your Instagram page as soon as the shoot is done, because you don't want to sour the mix for any of the judging. So that is the first thing. You will be featured in a big announcement. We will bring you, onto the stage. Of course, we're going to be pushing for you to win. We will use this experience as the promotion for next year's mentorship program, and we will celebrate you. So no matter what, it's a win. Couple things. It is not an all expenses paid trip to go on vacation. You will do your own airfare. You will do your own hotel. We are a non-profit organization. But what you will get, top models, right? Because Christopher Benson doesn't work on bottom models, right? Top models, right? You're going to have the entire team. You're going to have the wardrobe. You're going to have the photographers, dueling photographers, if you will. That is all buttoned up and taken care of. Compliments of Christopher Benson, Damian Carney, Clicks, and the Professional Beauty Association. But you got to get your own ticket. So they did want me to mention that. So, what made you and Clicks want to, in your role as Global Creative Direction, what made you want to be the very first to do this?
You know, honestly, Sherry and I started talking about this from a personal level of doing some of the mentoring and some of the conversations like this. And I thought it would be a perfect opportunity in what Clicks is about, is the future. And, you know, the future is, how do we take another step forward? And so, you know, just as I wasn't doing a ton of photography and my team pushed me to step out into the abyss and have now just started doing that, to what you mentioned. I think other people need to take the confidence and step out and get after it and take the opportunity. The worst thing that could happen is nothing. But if something happens, a lot could happen. A lot could happen.
That's
It's
such
exciting.
a Benson quote. The worst that can happen is nothing. I love that. I love that. So
And
let's,
seriously, if you're doing nothing on the couch right now watching this, then then that
yeah,
is like, if you do nothing, then that's pretty much what's going to happen. I think the biggest thing, Michael, is you got to engage. You got to engage in this industry. You
yeah,
got to engage with what's happening out there, and you can be a part of something amazing. And whether it's this opportunity or any opportunity, I think PBA is the same way, Clicks is the same way, CBC is the same way, and the team that's going to be wrapped around this is the same way. We want the industry to be better, and we're willing to put our time, our effort, and our knowledge out there for people to have this opportunity to hopefully get them the opportunity to make them better. And that's the end result.
that's amazing. And we have people who are so excited, they're like literally on a break between clients trying to fill out the paperwork. People have
Get back to your
entered,
client and stop
yeah,
processing them overboard.
we've all done it. God, I remember one time, you never want to make a habit of that. I accidentally
No.
went to lunch and forgot she had like a 30 volume bleach on. Whoops, cotton candy. Um, tell us about your team, Christopher. I know it, you've built a village of your own. Tell us a little bit about this team and how you collaborate with them to create a vision.
I think it's the same way I'll collaborate with this new person is find out what their strengths are, find out what they love, and let's shine that with a massive light on it and make it look amazing, because I think when people feel great about what they do and they care about what they do and they love what they do, it's very easy for people to succeed if they've given some parameters to succeed in. The other thing I found in that same capacity is there is a lot more people are capable of doing and are than what they even realize they can. I'm living proof of
Yeah,
it. I've been put in
yeah,
situations people are like, have a go. Okay, let's do this. So you don't know what you don't know what you don't know until you give it a try. And I think that it's putting forth the effort and it's putting one foot in front of the other. And I think I see confident colorists saying afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of what's between your head? Because I can tell you, every one of us have those good guy on one shoulder, bad guy on the other shoulder, and every one of us have a choice every day to decide how that day's going to go. So afraid of what? Afraid of nothing?
yeah,
Afraid of nothing happening, or afraid of a lot happening? I guess it's which afraid do you want to put the faith in? Because here's what I'll end on, Shaun. You can put
yeah,
it one of two ways. You can flip a quarter, okay? You can give fear
yeah,
the same energy you can give faith. You can't see both sides of the quarter. Decide what you want to do in
yeah,
this industry and put your energy towards that. And that's the end.
yeah.
That's it, baby.
I choose faith on that. I choose faith on that. So many people, and confident colorist, you're hysterical. She's like, if they aren't under the hood, it's all good. For that color she walked away from.
She's hilarious. I know her well.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sure I'll be
yeah.
seeing her in due time.
I love that. So we have just lots of love and support for you and for this, putting yourself out there. We want to see you enter the Confident Colorist. I have one
Yeah,
final question I like to ask is that
totally.
one piece of advice we've got to put your faith in it, get your butt
Yeah,
off the couch, do something instead of nothing for
yeah.
that very first time NAHA, because it can be
Yeah,
intimidating.
it is
For those
intimidating.
first time
Yeah.
NAHAers, give us your words
I
of
I
wisdom.
think it's getting people around you that are like-minded. I think you gotta put yourself out there. There is more creative people around you and in your area. And Shaun, I've lived in Salt Lake City. I've lived in New York City. I live in a town less than 700 people. 700
Right
people
now?
right now.
No
So when
way.
people tell me I can't do it because the town I live in, I don't hear that. If you want something bad enough, you're going to find a way to do it, and it's called networking. And if you just talk to people, there are creative people all around you. Find creative people that want to vibe and get off your butt and go
Yeah.
do it. And I think that's it. And the more you create and the more you work with people, the more you will level up to different people. But the bottom line is the world owes us nothing. And if you want something, you have to go get it.
Amen to that.
So
I can tell you're going to be an incredible mentor. You know, you actually agreed to 2 phone calls plus the shoot. I just added an extra one today.
You added. Thanks, Sean. I'm writing notes right now on my papers to make
you
sure
can put
that
that
we get
penalty
that.
on me.
No,
personally.
honestly, I don't care how many it takes. If it means, we have to do 5, we have to do 6. For me, I'm in this. I want somebody to know when they're there and it's time to shoot, they feel good about what they're about to do. Because what I don't want is to ever set somebody up for anything other than success. So I don't care how many calls it takes. Honestly, it really, for me, is not 2, 3. The calendar always rules you, but we'll figure it out. I'm all about this being a great thing and a great experience.
He is in it, folks. I think it was from Lily or Lisa Isaac. One more time, just to kind of, I'll go over the rules because the entry is going to be over before you know it. Everything has to be in by May 4th. That is less than a month away, folks. Number 1 rule, you can't be a NAHA nominee or winner, right? You already know what it takes. We want somebody with passion for their craft and their industry, a video, just a short video showcasing why you're interested and why we should choose you for this opportunity. A couple pictures of your work. Again, they don't have to be ready for the pages of Vogue. We can see between that, but we want to see the kind of work you're passionate about. Get it submitted by the 4th, and we will take a look at it. We will choose five nominees. Christopher, you've been a spectacular guest today. We're so happy that you were able to join us.
Thank
We're
you.
so happy. You will always be the first mentor on this program of many over the years, we hope. So thank you so much for joining us today. And remember, folks, probeauty.org/NAHA Mentor. probeauty.org/NAHA Mentor. Somebody type that into the chat. Thank you, Christopher. I'll let you get back to your busy day. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.